Hey everyone, it's Bonnie here with Aimwell Yoga. I'm at the Wellness Annex, and today I'm here to talk about how we can identify and remediate a blocked root chakra. So the root chakra is the home base. It represents security, stability, just really foundational elements that we need to feel secure in order to then feel like we can find alignment in the rest of our chakras. Many times we talk about the base of our being, but also we can imagine our soles of our feet and our hands as extensions of our roots, especially when we're in grounded positions such as a mountain or a tabletop, or any time that the soles of the feet or the hands are on the ground. A way that you can identify a blocked chakra is to sit quietly with yourself and just really identify what starts to come up in the mind and in the body. If there are parts of the body that feel like they need a bit more attention, you can do a body scan, which would be starting either at the head or the feet and scanning each part of your body and sitting with parts, especially if you feel that there are things that need to be dealt with or thought about, or just need to sit with them. Right? We also can think about a walking meditation now. I had put out a couple years ago a few walking meditations. This could be guided walking meditations, so like I put out on YouTube, ones that give you markers to keep your mind in a good headspace, positive headspace, present headspace, or especially if you're forest bathing or just have the ability to be out in nature without a lot of distraction, just having an opportunity to walk freely without music, without phone call, really without even any intention other than to enjoy the surroundings in the present moment. And sometimes in those walking meditations, we can also start to feel certain things come up in places, or thoughts bubble to the top of the head that we might want to sit with for a little longer. The last couple of ways one can identify if they have a blocked chakra is through massage or physical touch. This could be self-massage, so just kind of feeling different parts of the body and noticing if they're tight. Or you can get a physical massage with another person, and they can help you release that tension in those areas. And of course, lastly, journaling, which is one of my favorite ways to identify anything happening in my life. To really sit down, blank piece of paper, blank notebook, whatever you write on, and let the words flow out of you. If you need prompts, I've got 4 journal prompts to help you identify whether you have got a blocked chakra. The 4 prompts are: is there a problem? Where is the problem? What does it feel like? And what caused the problem? So you might think about those 4 questions to really identify whether you've got a blocked chakra. Let's say you have a blocked chakra. Sorry, it happens to all of us, so you are amongst great company. There are a few things that you could do. Some people like to hold stones. They really enjoy the crystals and what they do to root one's intention. But also asana movement is definitely a tactic that we can practice to try and remediate a blocked chakra. Asanas help us discover balance and harmony, and meditation is a huge part of our asana practice. So it gives you a level up from the just sitting and noticing to sitting and doing in a little bit. It also can help build connection in those areas that are feeling blocked. And lastly, it builds strength of those muscles to really support that area. When you think about our solar plexus, even if that's blocked, a lot of the times that's our core muscles. So building those muscle groups can help you just feel more confident physically, and then especially in those more energetic areas as well. So let's look at postures that will help us remediate a blocked root chakra. Again, our root chakra, it's dealing with our basic needs: stability, security, our basic physical needs, and our basic emotional needs. The first posture we'll explore here is Siddhasana. Our Siddhasana, or accomplished posture, is a seated posture. Now, I don't have any props with me today. You can have a seat on a block, a blanket, a rolled up towel, whatever's gonna make you feel comfortable, and as though the sit bones are equally on the ground both ways, okay? And this would be a posture that one can do their meditation in, just to notice what does come up in the mind, what comes up in the body, and what does it feel like, especially breathing into the root. What does it feel like there? Do you feel like it's clenched and tight, or can you start to relax those muscles as you're breathing in and out? From here, we'll move into our Anjaneyasana, which is our low lunge. So one can get there from a tabletop position, stepping 1 foot forward, and leaning the hips forward and down. You start to pick up, and this is really opening up through our rooted area. You can keep arms to your side, or extend them to your head, or bring them to heart center. You can keep them on the ground, just to support yourself. Another posture that we'll explore is our Baddha Konasana, or bound ankle. This is a cousin and an extension of our Siddhasana, or that accomplished posture. We're going to take the soles of the feet together, sometimes interlacing our fingers and wrapping them around the toes feel supportive and nice. We always want to think about the root of our being, especially when we're experiencing imbalance in the root chakra. We want to firm that area with stability on something. The ground, a block, a blanket. This is not the time to have the root exposed and unstable, especially when we're trying to remediate. So keep that area nice and secure on the ground. You can bring the inner elbows to the inner thighs and come down. We'll move now into our Anada Balasana, which is our happy baby. And this is similar to our Anjaneyasana, in which it's opening up through our root chakra. So taking a moment, finding your back flat on the ground, and opening the legs up, grabbing for opposite feet with your hands. And now this can expose you in ways that might feel very vulnerable. So make sure that you're in a spot, in a position that you feel safe, the surroundings feel safe, and let your body feel rested on the ground and open through the root. All right, we'll move now into our Parashutta Padmasana, which is a standing posture. Very nice here. And we'll stand and take our feet very wide. Have your feet firm on the ground. So again, this goes to that thought that our root is not only the base of our torso, but also the soles of our feet, and in this case, the soles of your hands. So you might take the hands to the ground as well, and just imagine that you are growing roots from the soles of the feet and the hand. To make this posture a little different in the body, you can bend the elbows and hinge through the hips. Tuck the chin and let the upper body stay pretty weightless. And this posture, similar to our child's pose, similar to our happy baby, is going to open and expose the root. So you want to ensure that you feel safe and confident in your environment, that you practice that posture in. And we'll move into Malasana, which is our third to last posture. Malasana here, we'll sit with our legs open, knees out wide, toes facing about 45 degrees, and hands come to heart center. And similar to that wide angle forward fold, we are opening through our root, and we want our environment to be secure and stable in order for us to really be able to reap the full benefits of this posture. Mindful of the knees here. If you've got sensitive knees, keep the hands towards the ground and keep the hips slightly lifted, but keep our knees out wide. You can also bring a block or a bolster underneath the bum, and that aids in securing the root and also helps you come out of this squat a bit and have a bit more comfort in this position. All right, let's move into our pigeon pose. So pigeon is another posture that's going to offer openness and a really nice stretch in our root area. So we'll take one leg forward and cross the mat with the shin. We want our heel to be closer to the opposite side of the mat than our knee stretch that we get in our pelvis area. You can bring the hands to the ground and keep them here, or you can walk the forearms down and bring the head to the ground. I hope these postures are postures that you do try to explore. The last posture that we have to explore is our grounded straddle forward fold, our Konasana. I'm always learning Sanskrit. So similar to our standing wide leg forward fold, we have an open root, an open pelvis, open hips, and we can even root through our hands here by taking the hands to the ground. Once we do that, we've got options to stay upright. We might feel sensitivity here that we just want to be mindful of. Otherwise, we can walk our forearms down like we were in our pigeon posture and tuck the chin and kind of rest here. Now, the reason I really enjoy this posture, especially to close, is that it's doing a lot of things at once, and it aids in allowing you to have the most control. So it grounds through the root area of our body by keeping the pelvis on the ground. You can again bring a cloth like a blanket or a towel underneath you if you need a little lift of the hips, but keeping the sit bones even on the earth is important here. Now, with the security that the ground offers, this posture also allows for us to remain open in our roots. So open to breathing in the stability and the security that you have. So thinking about those things in your life that feel secure, and then offering our bodies grounded in the roots with our hands, the soles of the fingers and hands on the ground, allows for you to find stability that you control. Hands on the ground, let the mind go towards things that you do control, your thoughts, some of your actions, most of your actions, and anything in between. Also, this posture allows for you to really control how deep you go, from how far open the legs are to how much you're bending forward. You're in control of this entire posture, and I would suggest staying here for a few minutes. Now, I hope these postures help you in finding some security, stability, and realignment with your root chakra. That is the base of us, the foundation. If we expect and like to find alignment from our root to our crown, having alignment in the foundation, having that secure, stable spot is only going to aid in feeling more alignment and more receptiveness in other parts of our bodies and other chakras to keep that energy wheel going and flowing unobstructed. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Let me know if this helped you. And please make sure you take care of yourself. It's been a joy to have the opportunity to flow with you, and I hope that we get to flow together soon. Thank you. Namaste.